In my decades of experience, the quality of the niche guard performances has never been higher. Some groups and artists provide formalism. Others take realism and naturalism to its quotidian limits. Some lay out complex political and social histories. Some celebrate alternative lifestyles and sexual orientations. Some promote collective creativity and group-devised works. Others enact the unique visions of auteurs. So this is the range of what's going on in the avant-garde. And in fact, the brilliant piece that I saw last night would fit within these one or two of these categories. And I'm emphasizing what I'm talking about is avant-garde used to have the cachet of new. Now it's no longer new. It's a question of excellence. This diversity and quality is as true of the newer groups and artists as of the more established. New artists arrive on the scene already well-trained, thoughtful, and equipped to deliver superb work that deserves attention and applause. Groups often premiere new work. Now I'm talking about New York as a kind of particular culture center, and I don't know if Sao Paulo acts as the same magnet, but New York does. Groups often premiere New York work far from New York, even if the city, because we in New York call our home the city. That's all we say. When you say, do you live in the city? Everybody knows what it means. It's New York. It's a high degree of arrogance. I imagine if I came down here and you asked me where I lived and I said the city, you would say, what city? And then I would know you're not from New York. Even if the city remains the company's home base and or destination. Ironically, given the hype that nothing could be further from Broadway than the avant-garde, the touring circuit and overseas commissions function like Broadway's out-of-town tryouts, etc. For example, Elevator Repair Services GATS, which was a brilliant reading, literal reading of The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I mean, they read the entire book, acted some of it, but read all the he said, she said. It's not like making an adaptation, not like making a drama. It's a certain kind of stage reading in which the physicality of the book remained in play and in view, and in which every word was read over a period of 7 hours. It arrived in New York in 2010, as their own website put it, quote, at long last, 5 years after its creation and 10 years after its conception, unquote. Once the domain of the young, today's niche guard is inhabited by people in their 70s and 60s and 70s or older, showing few signs of slowing down. Lee Brewer, Ariane Minuchkin, Elizabeth LeCompte, Robert Wilson, Judith Molina, Richard Foreman, Richard Schechner. So we're all there in our 60s and 70s, even Liz LeCompte, the Worcester group who I trained, and none of us have been annihilated by the people who come after us. And some of us can attract a room full of people to listen to us. It's a very interesting and a kind of unique phenomenon, because when I was growing up, I wrote an essay, famous in its day, called Enter 60s, Exit 30s, in which I said the people of the, I was of the 60s, the people, and now it's 2012, the people, you see, I don't have Alzheimer's yet, I know it's 2012. I said the people of the 30s should get off the stage, forget about it. And I was talking about Lee Strasberg and Elia Kazan and Harold Klerman and Clifford, I mean, a whole bunch of people who were very, very good, Stanislavski. I said, go away, leave the stage to us. But nobody is telling me, sometimes they do at a personal level, but they're not telling me at a structural level, or my friends and colleagues, that we should go away. We're still in high demand. And that is a sign of classicism rather than avant-gardism. It's a sign of tradition rather than tradition breaking. It's an interesting phenomenon.